Our defense. Our defense. That's the main thing we harp on is our defense, because our defense get everything else going for us.
Everybody actions to the person or people who think it's cool. Hats off to you, and to the higher power.
It means a lot. Anytime we get the chance to celebrate the WNBA in a new city, it matters. We did it here last year, and the turnout was incredible. To be back again? It says something about this place. Connecticut is a sports town, and when you bring the best women's basketball players in the world to towns that don't yet have a WNBA team, it's bigger than just a game. It gives fans, especially young girls and boys, a chance to see greatness up close, to witness what's possible, to dream. On the Connecticut Sun's momentum, they've really hit their stride over the past week or so. Honestly, it's what you expect from a group learning to grow together. It's about building chemistry, defining roles, and letting the younger players step into their own. And then you've got veterans like Tina anchoring them. She leads, she stabilizes, and she makes everyone around her better. On seeing Fever fans all the way on the East Coast, it's surreal. You step outside the arena and see Fever jerseys, Caitlin Clark shirts. It's everywhere. And that's what generational talent does. It reminds me of the NBA. Fans from all over the country, even the world, wearing jerseys of the players who inspire them. Caitlin's one of those generational stars. So are Paige and Angel. And what they're doing isn't just growing the game nationally, it's global. We're just lucky to be part of this moment. On Boston not having a WNBA team yet. Honestly? Yeah, I was surprised. This is one of the richest sports cultures in the country. You'd expect a WNBA team here from the beginning. Back when I was playing, I remember when the franchise moved from Orlando to become the Connecticut Sun. That was New England's moment, and it still is. But Boston? Boston wants a team, deserves a team, and hopefully someday soon, that'll be a reality. Layla's long, she's athletic, and she's got a motor. When scouting Connecticut, you can't miss what Layla Lacken brings: speed, length, quickness, and elite instincts. Her international and Olympic experience sets her apart. Watching her in the Olympics last year, you saw her evolve over the tournament. She gets to the rim, she controls pace, and she changes the game with her athleticism. It's going to be a challenge for us. We'll need to get creative to free Caitlin. And on the other end, stay disciplined defensively to contain Layla one-on-one. Basketball on Caitlin Clark entering the three-point contest. She doesn't need any pointers from me. I actually found out on the news, so we hadn't even talked about it. But I'm thrilled for her. To do it in Indiana, in front of our fans, it's special. It's a chance to showcase what she does best. She's getting back in rhythm, and timing matters, especially for great shooters coming off injuries. Add in a brutal schedule and the fatigue factor, and you realize how much resilience it takes. But I'm not worried about her shot. I'll be cheering her on. Counterclockwise arrows button on building consistency with Fever's recent wins. It's the first time we've had a full roster for 3 straight games. We're just now starting to connect. Offensively, early on, we were reacting to each other instead of flowing. Defensively, we're tightening things up. Having everyone back allows us to build rotations, 8, 9, even 10 deep, and test different lineups. That's huge for momentum. Now, it's about stacking days, staying sharp, and carrying this into the All-Star break. Speech balloon Caitlin Clark on handling the pressure. People will always criticize or praise, but no one has higher expectations for me than I do. Whether in college or the pros, I've learned to take things as they come. The attention, good or bad, it's just part of it now. Sometimes, people forget that we have our own internal standards, our own goals. That's what drives me, more than what anyone else says. I try to give myself grace and make sure I'm still having fun. Because that's why I play. Direct hit on her first 3-point contest experience. Never done it. Never even practiced. I just said yes. It's going to be fun. The lineup is stacked with talent. And it's going to be a great moment for the league and women's basketball as a whole. I'm excited to be part of it. And doing it in Indiana makes it even better. Megaphone on the upcoming CBA meeting in Indianapolis. This is a pivotal moment for our league's future. I'm not our team rep, but I'm staying engaged and informed. These meetings are huge, not just for the present, but for where we're heading as a league. This is my second year in the WNBA, and it's clear. We're at a critical inflection point. Thursday's meetings matter, and I'll be there. Stadium on playing in a packed NBA-sized arena without a WNBA team. The energy in these cities, without a team, shows what's possible. We've played in NBA arenas before, but nights like this hit different. A full house, fans wearing Fever and Clark jerseys, in a city without a team. It proves the demand is there. It's exciting, but more than that, it's a reminder of how much the game is growing and why it needs to keep expanding. Honestly, this is my first real time in Boston. It might be her first time here, but Caitlin Clark felt the weight of history the moment she walked into the arena. If you're a basketball fan, you grow up respecting the Celtics. Maybe you hate them, depending on who your team is, but you can't deny what they stand for. They're one of the premier franchises in the NBA, and when you're in this building, it's hard not to think about all the greatness that's been here before you. She smiled, almost in awe. To be honest, it's kind of surreal. The Celtics won a championship just 2 years ago. To be in this same space, it's special. Tonight, Clark suits up in front of a Boston crowd hungry for WNBA basketball. Even if they don't have a home team yet, it's a great chance for this city and fans from around the area to see the game at its highest level. The W deserves this kind of stage. High voltage on the grind before All-Star. I'm a machine, kind of. Game today. Game tomorrow. 3-point contest. Hosting All-Star in Indy. At some point, you've got to remember you're not a machine, right? Caitlin laughs. I am a machine. Or I try to be. It's crazy, though. The schedule is wild right now. She talks about her reality with zero sugarcoating. Back-to-backs, flights, media, appearances, and everything that comes with being the face of a new generation. We land in Indy at midnight, and I've got events starting Thursday afternoon. It's constant, so I take whatever little moments I can. Having coffee in the morning, getting outside for a 15-minute walk, or just taking a deep breath before everything starts. Clark emphasized something critical that fans often forget. Even if it's just dinner with Lexi in a new city, trying a local spot, that kind of stuff matters. It's not about escaping basketball. It's about staying human. Direct hit on the 3-point contest. Let's just shoot and have fun. I've never done one. Never even practiced for one. I just said yes. Caitlin's heading into her first ever 3-point contest at All-Star Weekend in Indiana. Her home base, without much preparation. And she's fine with that. People were saying I didn't want to shoot off a rack? Not true. I just wanted my first one to be in Indy. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Will she practice? Maybe. I think there's a chance to get shots up on Friday. But honestly, it's not that deep. It's just a ball, a hoop, and a rack. I'm going to go out there, have fun, and do what I love doing most, shooting. Trophy on the Celtics' legacy, and looking up at the rafters, you walk in, and all you do is look up, even as a lifelong Indiana Pacers fan. Yes, she made that clear with a grin. Caitlin can't help but admire what Boston has built. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, they're fun to watch. People knock the number of threes they take, but I love that style. It's exciting, it's fast, and it's what I grew up doing. She gazes toward the rafters. They might need to find more space. There's barely any room left for more banners. Person in lotus position on finding balance in the chaos. Caitlin's star has risen fast. The expectations? Even faster. But she remains grounded by the little things. I try to give myself grace. That's not always easy when everyone has something to say. Praise, criticism, whatever. But the expectations I have for myself? Those are the ones that matter most. Her version of self-care? Time outside. Coffee in peace. A walk. A moment to breathe. And dinners in new cities with teammates. It makes it fun again. Cityscape at dusk on exploring Boston. Kinda she wanted to see Fenway. She checked TikTok for the top 10 things to do in Boston. She even went to Earl's with Lexi. We came straight from our game against Dallas. It was a tight turnaround, so there wasn't a lot of exploring time. But I'd love to come back. There's so much history here. So much to take in. That's what's fun about being on the road. Every city has its own vibe, its own culture. And when you get to play basketball and experience that, that's special. Studio microphone final thoughts. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's a full-fledged ambassador for the future of women's basketball. Balancing superstardom with self-awareness, joy with pressure, and growth with grace. You don't take any of this for granted. New cities, new arenas, new fans. It's all part of the journey. I'm just trying to enjoy every second of it. Yeah, I mean this is really honestly my first time to Boston. Like the Celtics is one of the premier organizations of the NBA, explained. This is Caitlin's first visit to Boston, and she immediately acknowledges the city's rich basketball culture. Even if fans have rival loyalties, the Celtics' legacy is undeniable. Her tone mixes awe with respect. She understands she's playing in a building that has housed decades of greatness. Contextual insight. She's subtly nodding to the WNBA's need for expansion. Cities like Boston, full of basketball history, deserve a team, and she's showing that by recognizing the local culture. Person in lotus position 2. On managing fatigue and self-care original quote. I'm a machine. It's crazy. I take as much time as I can, whether that's in the morning with coffee, even just going for a walk. Explained. Caitlin jokingly calls herself a machine, but her workload is no joke. With games, travel, and all-star events, she has little time to herself. But even a short walk or a coffee in the morning becomes her way of recharging. Why it matters. This is a humanizing moment. We see the emotional toll of being a professional athlete under the spotlight, and how small rituals help her maintain balance. Fork and knife with plate 3. On finding joy in the routine original quote. It's fun to go out to dinner and try new places with my teammates. Me, Lexi will go and try to find a new place. Explained. While on the road, Caitlin creates